Welcome back to Science. It's Miss Higgins, and we are continuing our investigation into erosion. Remember that erosion is the process by which rocks, sand, and other sediment are broken down and then moved from one place to another. Wind, water, ice, and even some types of plants can cause erosion. Our question is, why did more rock layers get exposed in Desert Rocks Canyon than in Keller's Canyon? In other words, Desert Rocks Canyon has more erosion because it's deeper, and Keller's Canyon has less erosion because it is less deep or shallower. Now, we learned from doing the tests in our sim last time that time and speed both have an effect on erosion. We found that the faster a river flows, the more erosion there will be. We also found that the longer a river flows, the more erosion there will be. So we're going to continue investigating how time and speed can affect erosion by looking at an experiment that we were going to do in class. So we were going to set up two trays that look kind of like this. We were going to do one test for a time comparison and another one for a speed comparison. In this model, water flowing from a tube will represent a river. We're going to use sand instead of rock because rock would take like thousands or millions of years to erode. We want to be able to see it, so we're using sand. Water would have flowed from a bucket on the top through the tube, across the sand, and down to a hole at the bottom of the tray that empties into another bucket. So in each test, we have two trays to show the comparison. For time, one will be the shorter time, one will be a longer time. And for speed, one will be a fast river and one will be a slow river. Sorry that we can't actually do this, but I have pictures of what it would have looked like. So this is our first time comparison. This tray shows the erosion when the river ran for a longer period of time. This tray shows when the river ran for a shorter period of time. So where do we see erosion happening? Kind of everywhere, but I'm seeing the most erosion right at the beginning, right where the water started hitting that sand. Which river eroded more? Definitely the one that ran for the longer amount of time. So how does the amount of time a river flows affect how much rock it erodes? Well, the longer the river runs, the more erosion there's going to be. Here's our second test. Again, we have two set up, but this time we're testing for speed instead of time. So this tray shows the faster river, this one shows the slower one. We can see that the faster river eroded a lot more than the slow one. So we can say that the faster a river is, the more erosion it will cause. So we just learned again that the faster the water, the more rock it erodes, and the longer the river runs over the rock, the more rock it will erode. So let's bring this back to our original question of why there would be more erosion in Desert Rocks Canyon. And three things come to mind. So maybe the river in Desert Rocks Canyon was faster, and that will cause more erosion. Or maybe the river in Desert Rocks Canyon has been running for a longer amount of time than the river in Keller's Canyon. Or maybe it was both of those things. Maybe it was both faster and running for a longer period of time. So we have three options for why there would be more erosion in Desert Rocks than in Keller's. So your job is to choose from those three options and pick the claim that makes the most sense based on the evidence cards. So the first evidence card shows the speed of the rivers in both canyons. This means kilometers per hour. So if there's a higher number, obviously that means it's a faster speed. This one is showing us how time can affect erosion. This one gives us the definition of erosion. And this one tells us how long each river has been flowing. So our question is, Why did more rock layers get exposed in Desert Rocks Canyon than in Keller's Canyon? So you're going to read each evidence card carefully, come up with a claim to answer the question. Again, there's only 3 options. So either your claim can be that the river was faster, your claim can be that the river ran longer, or your claim can be that it was both of those things. Once you choose from those 3 claims, you're going to write an argument text that shows your claim and your evidence. Good luck. Happy working.